just a quick demo. It is actually quite a good, neat thing just to play about with brushes. What you can do here is, say you got the synthetic brushes. I don't know very much about them or what they do. Like, are they real brushes? Are they all hollow? Or are they with muscle? I don't know. If I paint with a thin looking thing, it almost seems to be like it's taking away paint, or it's very light what it's adding. I'm not sure if it takes away or adds. So I'm doing this, and the effect that I get from it is like it's almost taking away and it's adding at the same time. So it's literally painting with a sort of half. Like sometimes it paints and sometimes it doesn't. Or this one, which is sort of the same kind of thing again. It's sort of half paints and half doesn't. It paints when it feels like it. It's almost like, depending on what direction I'm going, this is the stroke. So it's different to a normal brush, which texture essential actually would add permanently. It would permanently add aggregate. Even that does a little bit, so it's not quite clear cut. Some of these brushes are not adding paint, they're not necessarily doing that, whereas this fountain pen actually adds, paint. It's never going to take away paint, but they don't all work that way. So this synthetic, even though they seem quite thick and menacing, they don't actually, if you look, this is taking away paint, some of it, isn't it? Some of it is adding paint, some of it is deleting paint, and some of it definitely adds paint. So it really depends what kind of effect you're looking for. You could go on creating with it, basically. So here I could just, I've created like kind of futuristic, what do you call it, that thing, al fresco kind of effect, modern art kind of look to it. That's what I meant to say. So I could take away the selection a little bit, or add to the selection, or just even take away that selection, cross it out altogether, and quite literally add, because I know I could easily take it away as well. So I'm adding, instead of using selection, I know I can easily get, what I was trying to do is avoid colouring the bench. So I was trying to mask out the bench. I was having a bench in there. That bench is actually part of the picture, you can see. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but it's part of the picture, and I'm trying to mask it out. So let's kind of show you here what I mean by that. Yeah, do I have a camera? Yeah, I think I've got a camera. That thing down the end, that's what I'm trying to capture there. You just about see that there. There's two people on, but the dog is, that's what I'm trying to capture. I'm trying to capture that tree. I'm not actually there anymore, but I'm trying to capture it. So that obviously don't go on. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to paint over that bench, because then I haven't got what it really is, which is the bench is in front of all that tree, which is what I'm trying to get. So if I go over it, it will look wrong, won't it? But with the synthetic, the good thing, well, I mean, there it starts to look wrong, doesn't it? But with a synthetic, you get away with it a little bit, because it's not really harshly adding anything. It's kind of semi-adding something. So you can actually almost get away with doing things like that, and then just maybe use, say, like the eraser tool to give it a little bit of cleanness again, and just clean it up a little bit there. It's possible to do either way, so it saves you doing a complicated selection, which is a complicated, long, tedious number of steps, which is more creative then, because you can just mess around, and that if you want to take some off, you can easily take some off. Like that's not going to adversely go over that bench, is it? But yeah, I'm adding colour and I'm taking away colour, and I'm adding creativity to it. I'm adding like a fresh look to it, which looks nice and fresh, and easily from that I can then take away some of what I do. So I can use the rubber here and just take away what I didn't want to add to it, which is quite neat, isn't it? That would mean I've got freedom to do all kinds of colour washes and all this kind of stuff. So now let's see, I'll go into the next tree here. Let's see where we go. Which is all really nice and fresh and lush here, isn't it? That's what I love about this place. It's just lushness. So the tree there, that's the bench there where the people are again. There's another tree just behind that bushy tree. There's another one which is more kind of laid back looking. I don't know if you can see there. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong bench. That's it, yeah. The bushy one, and then there's one like that's rounded, where the blue fella is. that's the kind of rounded, so it's more greener than that one. So I'm trying to kind of represent that here by doing the where's my thing? I've lost my hat. Can't get here. Oh, here it is. This is how you do it. Right, okay, so you go, I'm trying to put that in green here. I add in some of that greenery, which is really nice. So let's go a bit of greenery going with the synthetics a bit here. So that looks like it's going to be nice. And see, that's almost getting it, isn't it? It's almost getting it and not getting it. So I'm adding a bit there. It's almost getting the look, isn't it? It's like a blatantly, you know, it's kind of getting that freshness in it. And again, if I go on over that point, I can just remove some off. So it doesn't become like a tedious progress of having to select parts of it and unselect parts of it, which is kind of like, it's almost there, isn't it? That look is almost there. You just created it just by using a semi-forgiving, I think. That's just what it is, just a semi-forgiving thing. It's like it will forgive some mistakes of yours, but let you still create without feeling that you're a really naughty boy when you've gone over the wrong side of it, this synthetic bit. And here you got some other kinds of, you know, some other kind of tree, and it's nice, isn't it? Because it does actually let you quite freely create. And it's nice to have a choice between something that's more hard and unforgiving, like that. It's unforgiving, isn't it? If you get that wrong, it won't forgive you that you got it wrong. If you've gone over onto the other side of the rail, it will show very badly. If you do that, it will look wrong, won't it? You look at that and you think that's wrong. But whereas if I did something like, you know, the creativity side, if I just do a synthetic thing, you know, if I do a bit more synthetic, it's not really, it's almost like it's forgiving you doing it, but it's letting you kind of feel where that energy goes. Quite harsh, you know, it's letting you quite freely just go for it, which is nice.